Hi, I'm Renee. Welcome to my channel here on YouTube, Kudos Kitchen. Today we're going to be making one of my favorite German-inspired sandwiches, Knockwurst Melt. It's a pretzel roll with melted Muenster cheese, Knockwurst sausage that's been browned in a skillet, a little bit of sauerkraut, and homemade Thousand Islands dressing. Let me show you. And I can't wait to eat. Oh my. Doesn't that look amazing? Yep. So stick with me and I will show you how to make them because you're going to want to make them. Maybe right away, maybe tonight for dinner. It's quick, it's easy, it's good. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to make the garlic butter sauce so we can slather it on the pretzel rolls and then pop them in the oven so they get nice and toasty. So we need about 4 tablespoons of softened butter, very nice and soft, and 2 teaspoons of garlic powder. I might add a little bit more butter because I want to make sure that these pretzel rolls are nice and garlic buttery. So I'm going to give all this a good stir. Sometimes it's easier to mash it in and then give it a good stir. I already have my oven preheating to 350 degrees. And now we're good to slather this on the pretzel rolls. Okay, I wasn't aware, but these pretzel rolls need to be sliced in half, so not a problem. A serrated knife. We'll do the same to each of these rolls. Okay, and now the garlic butter gets slathered, spread on both sides of the cut pretzel rolls. And don't be stingy. So I'm going to do this to all the rolls. Okay, now that that's done, I'm going to pop these into the preheated 350 degree oven for probably about 10 minutes. I'll check them after 10 minutes to make sure. I want them to be a little bit toasted and a little bit crunchy. So I'll keep an eye on them after that. Up next, we're going to make the homemade Thousand Islands dressing. So for that, we need about a half a cup of mayonnaise. A little bit more or less is not going to hurt. That's a good place to start. If you don't like mayonnaise, you could switch off. Maybe some sour cream would be good, Greek yogurt. It's not going to give you the same flavor, but it still will be tasty. There's Penny. Actually, because this is for 4 sandwiches, I am going to use more than half a cup. This is more like 3/4 of a cup. To that, I'm going to add 2 tablespoons, roughly, of sweet relish, sweet pickle relish. If you like things sweeter, you can add a little bit more than that. If you don't like them as sweet, don't add that much. We're going to add a couple tablespoons of ketchup. There's 1. There's 2. And we're also going to add some horseradish mustard. Now the recipe itself calls for horseradish sauce, but I didn't have that, so I'm going to use this mustard that already has horseradish in it just for that nice tangy bite horseradish gives. So that looks to be a little bit like a tablespoon, maybe a little bit more than that. And I'm also going to add a pinch of black pepper. Okay, time to give all this a really good stir. Then we're going to pop it, cover it, and pop it into the refrigerator until we're ready to use it in just a little while. Looks good. And you can also use this if you want it on as a salad dressing or as a dip for any kind of vegetables or, yeah, I was going to say fruit, but don't go there. Definitely vegetables. What else could you do as a salad dressing? There's a lot of things you can do, but I can't think of them now. So that looks good. It's nice and creamy. If you like it a little bit thicker, then, or thinner, I should say, add maybe a touch of milk or even a very small touch of water. But if you like it a little thicker, go ahead and add a little bit more mayonnaise because that'll work fine. And now it's time to prepare the knockwurst. So you can knockwurst. I call it knockwurst. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to split it down lengthways, and then we're going to fry it in a frying pan to get it kind of crispy and just bring out some of its flavor. So that's what we'll do next. And we're going to need 4 sausages because each sandwich gets 1 knockwurst that has been cut in half. Okay, here they all are. And just remember, be careful when you're doing that because these sausages can get a little bit slick with the knife and the surface. So just take your time. Don't be doing it for the camera. Yeah, the rolls are just about done in the oven, so I'm going to take those out while I preheat my skillet to cook the sausage. Okay, here are the garlic pretzel rolls. I just took them out of the oven. They smell delish. I probably could let them go for another minute, but I don't want to risk burning them. So I'm going to take them out now, set them to the side while I prepare the sausages. Smells really good. By the way, keep your preheated oven on at 350 because after these sandwiches get assembled, they're going to go back into the oven to melt the cheese. And it's Muenster cheese. Yum. Yum, yum, yum. Now I'm using my induction burner to with the skillet just because it's easier to film for me. So when you do it at home, when you make this recipe at home on a stovetop, medium high heat. So I have the induction burner, the induction cooktop set to 375. It's been heating for a few minutes. I can definitely tell it's hot. So we're going to put the sausages in the pan, cut side down. And that's the sound you want to hear. You want to hear them sizzle. There we go. Now these are going to cook for about 1 to 2 minutes on this side. We'll check them at that point, see if they're ready to flip, and then we'll give them another few minutes on the other side of the sausage. All right, it's been a couple minutes, so let's give them a check, see how they look. Yep, that's just what we want. Nice and golden brown. Now, for those of you wondering, what is knockwurst? It is a German sausage, which is a combination of beef and pork. Now, these sausages happen to be smoked. I don't believe all knockwurst are smoked, but I did buy these and the package said smoked, so I feel really good about that. So there they are on the second side. We'll give them a few minutes there, and then it's time to, oh, they're squeaking and dancing. Whoa, that's kind of fun. And then it's time to assemble the sandwich. So another couple minutes. Okay, these are done. I'm going to remove them from the heat, and then I'm going to get the pretzel buns, and I'll show you what comes next as far as the sandwich assembly. Okay, here's the moment we have been waiting for. The rolls are a little bit cool, and I'm going to place 1 slice of Muenster cheese on the bottom of each roll, buttered garlic pretzel rolls. And then on top of that goes 2 halves of the Knockwurst sandwich. Okay, looks good so far. There we go. What I also did before you got here was I drained a can of sauerkraut. Not fully dry, but, you know, got rid of a lot of that liquid. And I'm going to put a pretty good size bit of sauerkraut on top of each knockwurst sausage. Now, you don't have to add the sauerkraut to your sandwiches if you don't want, but I recommend it because it adds a nice bit of tang to this already kind of, because the sausage has a lot of fat in it and the cheese, the sauerkraut really balances the sandwich. And this is German, so let's go ahead and use the sauerkraut. Like I said, I do recommend it. If you're wondering, this recipe has been on my blog for a good long time. I developed it after I went out to a restaurant in Wisconsin, and they had a sandwich that they called their knockwurst melt or something like that. So came home and developed this. Okay, and let's not forget about that homemade Thousand Islands dressing that we made, the first thing we made. We'll go ahead and add that to the top of the sauerkraut. It looks to be about a tablespoon, maybe a little bit more on each sandwich. Oh, this is so good, you guys. I really, really hope you try it. This recipe has been very popular on my blog, Kudos Kitchen by Renee, since I first added it. Oh, I don't even know. It's been at least 7 or more years. And it's always been popular. And then to that, we top each of these sandwiches yet again, and I'm going to do it on a diagonal from how the original slice of cheese was placed. Oh, so, so good. And one last. And now we're going to pop these back into the oven and let the cheese melt. And then we're going to top it with the other bun before eating. Yum. Okay, these are going into the oven for probably a good 5 minutes. And then we're ready to eat. Okay, there you go, you guys. I don't think it gets much better than this. The only thing left to do is put the top on a sandwich. Oh boy, that looks so good. Okay, so here we go. German Knockwurst Sandwich. Oh my goodness, they are so, so good. After they cool down just a touch, I will give it a taste test. But let me just tell you right away, they smell amazing. And from years past when I made them, they are amazing. Wow, that looks so good. I can't wait. Ready? It's going to be hot, so I hope it's not too hot. I'm going to take one for the team, you guys. Ooh, it's drippy too, so ready, set. That crunch is everything. Excuse the mess. On that homemade Thousand Island sauce, very, very yummy. Oh, sauerkraut. I don't want to talk with my mouth full anymore, so I'll just go ahead and eat. You want to make these, guys. Make them tonight. I'll make sure to leave the link to the recipe within the video and also in the description box. So, you're going to want it. Yum. It's time to eat. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a delicious day. Bye.